So it appears we're back for now. But this is not the victory that everybody wants to make it out to be. And I mean to make that important because there's some things we need to understand. Trump didn't just outright give access back. It wasn't an issue of just, a president needed to just, do it like a king and say, you have it. He wants a 50% U.S. ownership, which is not great. It's not good. Now, I've seen stuff swirling around on, sources that are not good saying that it's going to be 50% sold to Elon Musk or it's going to be 50% sold to Meta. Those are not options and should not be options. And if you don't know why that is, I'll explain that really briefly here, which is that if you really do care about your privacy, your data, and not being overly marketed to in just horrific fashion, not that TikTok doesn't do things like that, Meta and stuff are not where you want to be. If this app gets a 50% divestiture, I think that's the word for it, to Meta, I would leave the platform. I wouldn't be here anymore because it's not worth it anymore. Your speech would still be censored. These people, Zuckerberg, Musk, have very fragile egos. They don't like free speech. They can't handle it. We've seen that with Musk recently here in his whole gaming debacle, which that's its own thing. But I'm glad it's back for now. But at best, we've got 90 days, guys. So don't be overly excited about the fact that it's just going to be here because we have 90 days. And if they refuse to sell at that point, it's not going to work. Trump fancies himself a great negotiator, a great businessman. He's not. But he will, cut things out in spite of the fact that he doesn't get what he wants. Now, I don't think he necessarily wants to own it, and I wouldn't want him to own it either, but I don't want somebody that's very right-leaning to be owning this app that's American because it will control the flow of data. The way that we interact with this app, while it's not perfect, it will be diminished greatly if an American company owns, a stake in this because they're going to want things that do not align with what the people want, right? At best, we get a company that wants to make money off this app, but doesn't want us to say things that might hurt that. Think the RedTube, as I ruin it, I'm probably going to get kicked out of the algorithm with this, but the Red Button app, right? That's the problem there. You can't say certain things because they only care about the advertisers. They don't care about content. Go watch a channel like the Spiffing Brit and see how he manipulates the algorithm, and it'll show you that it doesn't matter what content you make. Whereas here, it kind of does matter what content you make. And there aren't any alternatives to this app. There's not really anywhere else to go. It's not the same exposure. It's not the same experience. It's not the same interaction. It's just not. I've been following people from here on other platforms. The feeling is different. When their videos are on, Insta or they're on the Red Button app, it's not the same. There's a bit of personality that's just lost to the experience. And I don't quite know what it is, but it's just not there. So anyway, guys, please keep an eye out on things. Please make yourself aware if you're not on what's going on. And, to me, this isn't a victory. It's not. It's that small little blip in between what's coming. And I don't think a lot of people are ready for that yet. In the obscurest portions of my mind, the thought is that TikTok should sell a 50% stake to someone like me for extremely cheap. And then, have some stipulations in place because I am an American, but I'm not a venture capitalist. I would not be as motivated by the money because I don't need a lot. It'd put me under a lot of scrutiny, but I would have if you watch my content, I think I would have a better shot at being able to handle things than some billionaire wannabe or some venture capitalist because those are people who do not understand social media. They don't understand that. I have a bit of a tech background too. So that should be something that's done. I do think there's going to be a case where if they sell 50% of TikTok out, it's going to be to somebody who's highly manipulatable. And, China's going to use that to their advantage because they like the app where it's at. I don't see them wanting to steal data from Americans in the fashion that's being professed. They make enough money off of people just buying and selling crap through this app and advertising. It's a money-making machine for them, and they don't have to do anything shady. That's a funny thing. And American companies don't like that. We saw where Meta wanted the algorithm for TikTok. So, anyway, video's long enough. If there's any of these points you want to expound more upon, let me know. Or if you want me to make a comment on something else, leave it in the comments below. Let me know, and I'll be glad to make a video on that. I may kind of go back to resume making normal videos for now since we have seems 90 days, but I don't want to invest too much time here as I'm still trying to figure out getting on another platform. I know that sounds ridiculous to some people. They're like, just make it on another platform. There's script writing, there's researching and all of that. It's easier to do on this app. It just is. And it's harder to make a video that's going to sustain on the Red Button app, you know, and I don't have Insta right now. It's down. The account for this one that I'd set up temporarily may be there in name only, but it's not, there's nothing going on there. So I do still plan on leaving all Meta products. That is something I'm still doing. I have stuff that I need to get transitioned off of those, data I need to back up, but I'm getting off of those. Anyway, guys, long enough video for now. Thank you for watching. Do appreciate it, and welcome back for now.